We live in a world where everyone shares everything: breakfast, vacations, even moments that were supposed to be private. But then, there are the rare ones. The people who never post their own photos at all. You might even be one of them. And in a world obsessed with visibility, have you ever stopped to ask, why? Social media runs on likes, comments, and approval. Most people want to be seen, even if they won't admit it. But for some people, not posting a photo isn't hiding. It's something much deeper. Let's start with self-esteem. People who don't post photos usually view themselves differently. They don't need an audience to feel like they matter. Likes don't define them. Comments don't shape them. Their worth comes from within, not from strangers tapping a button. Then there's privacy. Some people simply believe their life isn't meant for public display. They're aware of how much the internet takes, and they choose to protect what matters. But there's a deeper layer, the fear of judgment. Posting a photo means opening the door to criticism, and for some, that vulnerability is overwhelming. Then we have introverts. Not the shy ones, the ones who find social media emotionally draining. For them, posting isn't fun. It's energy-consuming. It exposes them to a crowd they never asked for. And finally, authenticity. Some people feel most themselves when they don't play the online game. Posting feels performative, constructed, unreal. So why don't they post? Not because they're insecure, not because they're antisocial, but because protecting their peace, their identity, and their authenticity means more than a picture ever could. But let's go even deeper, into the psychology most people never notice. Some people don't post because they understand the power of mystery. The less the world sees, the more control they keep. In psychology, this is called selective self-presentation, showing only what aligns with your identity. And for some, the most authentic presentation is silence. Another reason? They observe more than they express. They are the watchers. Observers have sharper intuition. They notice patterns, behavior, energy, and sometimes they don't want others observing them the same way. Others avoid posting because they've been judged before, by friends, family, or strangers. One harsh comment years ago can build a lifetime habit of hiding. Some don't post because they don't want people assuming they know them. In an era where everyone overshares, not sharing becomes a form of power. They choose depth over display. And here's something interesting. Research shows people who post less often tend to have higher emotional regulation. They don't need external validation to stabilize their mood. And then there are the protectors. People who don't post because they guard their circle. They understand that the moment you put your life online, it stops being fully yours. Some don't post because they enjoy being unpredictable. People can't judge what they can't categorize. Others simply live in the moment, not to capture it, not to prove it, but to experience it. To them, presence is more important than presentation. And let's not forget the people healing. Sometimes staying offline is self-protection during personal growth. Healing requires privacy, not performance. Some people also avoid posting because they hate being perceived. Not judged, just perceived. Being seen feels like pressure, like expectations. And not posting becomes freedom. Some don't post because they've realized not everything meaningful needs to be displayed. Life is richer when some moments stay unshared. Others refuse to post because they don't want their identity tied to an algorithm. They want to be human, not content. So when you meet someone who rarely posts, don't assume they're hiding. Sometimes they're the ones who know themselves the most. And in a world of constant noise, their silence speaks volumes. So ask yourself, do you post to connect or to be seen? And now I'm curious, which one are you? The private protector, the secure self-esteem type, the honest introvert, or the one craving authenticity? And if you do love posting photos, tell us your psychology. It's just as interesting. If this made you think even a little, hit like, subscribe, and turn on the bell. It helps more than you think.